Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for mid-October 2022. We're going to jump right in here. We're going to do something a little different here, Pisces. We're going to look at your, basically what we're going to do is a past, present, and then in between and a future row here. And I'm going to be using these this Oracle of the Radiant Sun kind of as the normally what I use for the oracle cards, but we're going to be using the before tarot in your first row here, Pisces, right in this position. Then we're going to be using just the regular tarot in the next position. And all these decks are already shuffled. And if you don't believe me, I don't really care, to be quite honest with you. So I always get comments about the shuffling, and I don't know. I have nothing to prove, Pisces, but this is going to be just the present. This right here is going to be the in-between, kind of like where you will be in between this time as well, maybe energetically. And then at the end, we're going to be using the after tarot, and we are going to be seeing what is coming in for you in the future right here. It's funny, you start with the tower, you end with the tower. I'm not so sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because again, we're gonna have to look into it. But in your past position here, you have this detachment card and this achievement card as well. So I feel like you have been very focused on achievements and probably getting out into the world. I get this feeling of feeling like I'm not ready. Like that's the way I could, the best way I would put this. I don't know how else to say it in your first position. Again, I get this feeling of not being ready or feeling like I'm not ready for something, just in general. And it could be in any area of your life. It doesn't have to be, I'm not just talking about love here. I'm talking about, you have the Ace of Pentacles here, so it could be something financial as well. But you have this Two of Wands in this first position as well, which we're going to talk about in a minute. It's like almost as if you saw something or see something as a wish, and then you go to the Ace of Swords to the Two of Swords. Like something was almost a victory here. And again, we're going to clarify through with the regular tarot as well, so we'll see what's going on here. You have the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Again, this is the before tarot. So this is kind of like before whatever's happening on the regular tarot has happened, if that makes sense. So it's like you see a tower, something is a tower. I definitely wouldn't be repeating anything here if I were you. Again, you start with the tower, you end with the tower. On this after tarot, it's not so, the tower isn't so challenging necessarily, because it's like the tower has fallen, both people have come down to earth and they have seen reality for what it is. So, there could be a certain element of seeing reality, or kind of like gaining some insights as far as reality are concerned. You have this Ace of Pentacles. There are like two hands here on this card. So I'm wondering, for some of you, this could be kind of like a breakup that you're healing from or moving on from, because you have a lot of these romance cards in this reading, and there are two hands on this Ace of Pentacles. It's like two people were nurturing something into existence. You even have the Three of Pentacles here, which is like teamwork, but you also have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups, which could be like regrets, sadness, stuff like that. So I feel like for some of you, it's like that's what's going on here. For others, I feel that this is a project or a business, something that you have been planning for a while, something you've been working towards. You have the Two of Wands here. The Two of Wands, you can see on this one, this is the before tarot, and you can see that there's like this younger person with the whole world in his hands. And I feel for some of you, it's almost like you're at this stage right here. You're walking towards maybe an idea. I'm seeing that younger person here on this Two of Wands, on this version of the Two of Wands. I'm kind of seeing that as maybe fresh insight, or kind of gaining a new perspective, almost like hangman type energy is kind of what I'm getting here, just intuitively. And I realize that we're doing past, present, future, but I almost feel like this is something that's coming in for you, like a fresh insight. You have the Tower twice, and the Tower is definitely kind of like a shock, but it can also be the spark of reality, right? With the Tower, you have the Four of Swords. See, I feel like you're healing from a Tower moment. And so some of you could have gone through some sort of like separation or something like that. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is like stability, working towards stability. I feel that a lot of you, I feel throughout this whole entire reading that you are focused on the Ace of Pentacles just in general. I feel like you're focused on building things that are permanent in your life, which is pretty much true for everyone because of Uranus and Taurus. And that's Taurus right there, the King of Pentacles. If you want love, again, I feel like you're hoping for something stable. But I really feel this is kind of more talking about your financial situation, trying to get your finances to stability. With the Two of Wands, it's like you're more ready than you think here, Pisces. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading? It's almost like I was getting this feeling that I'm not ready to do something if I put myself in your shoes. And what I would say here is that the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. And he has this tiny little sack on his back. It says that he is much more prepared for something than he realizes. In the present situation, you have this Control card, and you also have this Affair card. This is kind of like, for some of you, could have been dealing, with a third party here. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, Tower, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. So there could have been some sort of affair that you have dealt with involving control or a controlling person with this Control card here. I just wanted to see what that is. But for others, I feel this could be love, actually love coming in for you. This almost looks like the World card, this card right here. And I feel like you're completing a cycle. But again, I feel like that Tower card is saying don't repeat a cycle in your life. You have the Temperance card, the 3 of Wands. Again, what are you waiting for? And the Star card. Again, I don't want to call you out here, Pisces, but going this direction, I don't really believe that if we don't do something, we're going to have regrets necessarily. But I would say if you don't move towards something that you need to get moving on, right here, you have the 3 of Wands. I feel that there could be some regrets in the future for not moving towards something here with this 3 of Wands. And, again, I know I'm speaking very generally here, but I feel like this is something that will cause you to expand out into the world, whatever it is. It could be a business, it could be a new relationship, could be a relationship in general, whatever. But the 3 of Wands is asking you to expand and leave a comfort zone. You have the 3 of Wands here twice as well. And the Tower, again, Tower can represent experiencing just the same thing over and over and over again. It's a card of ignoring reality, and then a tower falling to be brought back down to reality. And what I would say here is I almost feel the Tower could be avoided if you kind of expand with the universe with the 3 of Wands. And I feel like you need to kind of like make a decision here. You have this Choice card coming up at the end. So, I feel like, and you also have in the in-between tarot, you have in between the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Swords. I'll explain that in a minute. But, it's like there's some sort of victory that could be had if you just leave a comfort zone here with the 3 of Wands. I also am getting the word discipline here, like the need to be more disciplined or something like that popping into my head. Like you could be tempted to watch TV or something like that when you should be working on a project that is clearly this right here. This is like the apple of your eye is what's popping into my head here, Pisces, with a Star card. There's something that you see as amazing or awe-inspiring, right? Literally, no clickbait, right? I really feel that you have a vision in your head of something that you could create, something you could do. And yeah, it's going to require work, but I literally feel you will be surprising people around you, like friends, family members. You have the 3 of Pentacles here, which could definitely represent friends and family members and things, but I feel you could be inspiring people, which I keep saying, literally, you keep getting the Star and the Sun, which you don't have in this reading yet, although that might happen. And I literally feel you're kind of like here right now to inspire people and do things that you've never done before. You have the Temperance card here. This is about turning negatives into a positive or a positive into a negative. It's your choice with the Temperance card, but I feel like you've been very patient. And again, I feel like I just feel this energy in your reading. I actually feel it's a good reading, even with the Tower twice here. Again, this is the after tarot, so it's like clearly the Tower has already happened, but it's like I really feel that you're much more prepared for something than you realize, which I feel like I say to you all the time, and I just feel you have to get moving. I feel 3 of Wands twice, the Temperance card. Temperance is like trying to mix two things together, but I get the feeling of like trying to make your environment or the circumstances perfect with the Temperance card. You're like trying to make things perfect when they never will be perfect. So I feel this is saying it's time to get moving. Let's see what is going on for you. Here you go. Are you kidding me? It does not matter what is going on in your life. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, literally, the Chariot says where there's a will, there's a way. So if you desire something and desire to have something in your life, you will have it. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you believe it deep down inside. He has stars in his canopy. He has moons on his shoulders. the Chariot is meant to represent as above, so below. So I feel you need to take control over something here. You have that control card. Like, I almost feel that you need to take control over your own life in this situation. I'm not saying you don't have control, but more control. With the Three of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. I feel like you need to separate away from something as well, something that is controlling you. Look, and it's probably just a comfort zone, is what I would say if you're wondering. This is the Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, this in-between tarot card here. And you have the Three of Wands twice. Again, you have the Two of Wands, which is another card of leaving a comfort zone. Even the Two of Swords right here is a card of needing to leave a comfort zone. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to leave behind your old story. And this is much deeper than just like leaving behind a person. I feel like you're leaving behind many things, and you have the opportunity here to write your new story. The Tower can just be an extremely deep transformation that you're experiencing. And again, I feel awe-inspiring. Like, literally, those are the words that are popping into my head. With the Star, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heaven and the earth, or, the universe and the earth, whatever you want to call it. So I literally feel like anything is possible. And again, I'm not trying to gas you up here, Pisces. Actually, I am, because I feel like people need that. I feel like people need to be gassed up, and I feel like people need their kind of ego pumped at this time. We're talking about the positive side of the ego, of course, but I really feel the more you believe, the other thing I would say is, again, the more you believe in yourself, the more this is going to be possible, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Next, you have this Riches card, and you also have this Choices, or this Choice card. So I do feel like there is a lot of abundance coming in for you. I do feel like some of you have a choice in where you put your energy with that Choices card. Could be in love, but doesn't have to be. Again, you can see there's like symbols of love on the card. And you can see right here, actually, I'm not going to be able to make that work with my finger, but you can see right here, there's like this scale, kind of like on the Justice card. And, I've been saying all year that, to me, the answer to the next like 5 years really is cause and effect. It's like, where you put your energy, what do you get back? Are you investing in the things that give either equal or better back to you? And as long as you're investing in those things, and we're not talking about money here, although it could be, we're talking about your time, effort, energy, love, attention, pretty much everything. It's like, if you're not getting anything back, it's time to cut that out and move on to something new. So this is your in-between position, and you have the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups. Each one of these cards represents in between the two cards, if that makes sense. So you have the Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords to the Two of Swords. It's like something was a victory, but something... I feel like something could have been a victory for some of you, but it's almost like not leaving a comfort zone prevented you from having a victory, or just prevented a victory from happening in your life. I wouldn't really say you're getting a second chance here, but I do kind of feel second chance vibes in some ways. Like, let's say you thought about starting a business and there was like a false start. I feel like you could be starting again, like maybe in a different way, right? You're kind of like upgrading it. My thing with the Ace of Swords is, again, it has to be upgraded just in general. And again, I'm not saying this is a relationship either. It could be. But what I would say is, again, things would have to be upgraded in a big way. And again, if they're not, then what I would say is you're moving on to new love, but you're just upgrading love in your energy. You have the Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. Again, some of you, I do feel, could be holding on to something where there was no teamwork with another person. And again, I would just say, like, I know it's hard, but I feel this is asking you to move on, or else you're just going to have another Tower moment, especially with the Tower coming up twice. So, again, I'm not going to sugarcoat the reading, but I feel that for some of you. For others, I really feel you need to believe in yourself. Like I said, the Star says basically anything is possible. Look, if we go this way, you have Star, Four of Pentacles to the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion. As I've been saying, and like needing to get out onto those boats sometimes. But I feel that for some of you, the Four of Pentacles, traditional Four of Pentacles, he has a pentacle over his head, a pentacle over his heart. And one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden, says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. And I feel like you need to realize that when you're in alignment, you are moving mountains. Things are moving out of your way. It's almost like you need to use that as a clue in your life. You have the Four of Cups, Five of Cups. Again, I do feel like there could be regrets here with this Four of Cups, Five of Cups, something not working out in your life, love or otherwise. Again, take it how it resonates here, but something didn't work out. For a lot of you, I feel like it's financial, and I feel like this is really saying, don't give up. You're very close to being successful. It's time to keep pushing. It's not time to quit. Especially after that full moon we just had in Aries, by the way. I definitely wouldn't be quitting on anything. With the Four of Cups to Five of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Here you go. Very independent, successful, hardworking. It's like you have the skills necessary. Every single, pretty much, there are so many cards here that tell me you have the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities necessary to make something very successful. But I do get an energy a little bit of holding back. Maybe you just, but I feel like you're just basing new opportunities off of past experiences. And I would definitely kind of let that stuff go because I feel like there's a lot of success coming in for you, or at least available to you. With the Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, confusion could be holding you back. The Seven of Cups, I feel like you keep getting this card, Pisces, and, to me, this is a very Piscean energy right now because of Neptune and Pisces. I keep saying that, the Seven of Cups, especially for us Pisces that have Neptune, we have Neptune and Pisces, it's like we could have dreams, big dreams, clearly you do, the Star card, in all areas of our life. And it's like there are always going to be good things and bad things that could happen. And there are always going to be good things and bad things that do happen, right? The trick is that when bad things happen, as long as you're not dead, then you keep moving forward. You keep pushing. You don't give up, right? And, I feel like some of you need to hear that. It's like, yes, there will always be challenges. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. I hate to tell you, right? But it's like when you overcome those obstacles, that's when you're going to get your rewards. But I also feel like something didn't get off the ground. Something hasn't gotten off the ground here because of fear. With the Ace of Swords to the Two of Swords, you have the King of Wands here. I feel like you need to embrace this King of Wands energy. I'm always saying this to you because King of Wands is kind of like bold, assertive. He really goes for what he wants. He's very aggressive in achieving his goals in a good way, and I feel that's how you need to be. I also feel like you need to nurture something into existence, like especially for those of you working on a project that you are over prepared for. Clearly, in this reading, it's like you're going to be building something that is going to inspire other people. As I said, it's like awe-inspiring, literally. But you have to build it. You have to get there first. And, I feel like you have to nurture it. You have to give it a lot of your energy. It's like, I think that really everybody should read The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. Not The Art of War, but The War of Art by Pressfield. Because I feel that energy for you here. I read it about, 19 times a year, probably. Because I always need to remind myself of everything that he talks about in the book. But I get a lot of resistance here. It's like I said, it's weird that I feel like it's an amazing reading in the sense that if you put the work in, you're going to be extremely successful at whatever you're working on. And again, that full moon in Aries, that's what it was all about for us, Pisces. And really for everyone is kind of like pushing through things and being successful. But I do feel some resistance here, and it's as far as your beliefs. And sometimes I think, that book, he talks about resistance, how maybe we want to work on a project, but then instead we like go do the dishes or we watch a movie. And it's like, it's not that doing the dishes isn't important, but it's probably more important for you to work on the thing that you want to work on. So I feel like some of you could be doing like other things instead of facing what you need to face. And, I really feel bravery is being rewarded right now. So I would face what you need to face, whatever it is, some sort of fears or things that you have to overcome. At the end here, you have this romance card, and you also have this ostentation card as well. I do feel there could be love definitely coming in for you if you want it. Could be a Taurus. There's a lot of, both of these cards represent Taurus energy, so, it could be a Taurus, could be any sign. You have Taurus also with the King of Pentacles, and also the Hierophant as well. So if you're attracting new love, it could be something that lasts for a very long time. I mean, King of Pentacles is something permanent. It's kind of interesting that this ostentation card comes up. It's like a good bad card. It can represent someone. It's like, trying to decide if someone is authentic or not. That's the energy I get here. It's like if someone's new is coming into your life in the future, because this is your future position, you're like, is this person authentic? Are they real or not? And, because maybe they're like a little bit of a show off, but at the same time, if they can back it up, maybe they earned their right? There's an old saying, if you got it, flaunt it, right? So I kind of feel that for some of you, where you're just trying to figure that out, like if something is real or not. For others, I feel like you could be having a realization that someone is real with the Tower, but it could be kind of like a shocking surprise. You have the Three of Wands, the Tower, but this is the After Tarot, and the Five of Pentacles. This is a little scary right here, Pisces. We're definitely going to look into this. But with the Three of Wands, I feel like you need to be bold, assertive, really go for something, really leave a comfort zone. Because, I kind of feel like this is saying right here that, sometimes I feel, I would say like tarot isn't set in stone. And what I would say is I feel this is a warning against a tower moment. It's basically saying if you don't get moving, the tower is going to fall. right? And I always say that, number one, sometimes the tower should fall, right? Sometimes the tower, those people have built the walls up around them too high. They've been ignoring reality for what it was, and they've been brought back down to earth. So is it a bad thing? I would say no. I think it's kind of a good thing. I almost feel like some of you are walking away from a situation that left you out in the cold. It's like you're deciding, you know what? If I'm going to be cold, then I'm going to be cold. That's how I feel I feel like this is you. You see these people, they're just like sitting there. They're just like freezing. They're not going into the church. They're not making any changes. But it's almost like this lady is saying, there's a saying, again, when you're going through hell, or I think it's Churchill or something said, when you're going through hell, keep going. And I'm not saying that you're going through hell, but what I am saying is I feel some of you are like, well, if this is what I'm going to be experiencing, I'm going to just turn into a monster in a good way. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to let it build me, whatever the situation is, if that makes sense. It's kind of what I get. I don't know, weird. With the Three of Wands, you have the Magician. You can have whatever you want, Pisces. I feel like you need to use your powers of manifestation to get the things you want and desire in your life. I feel like you're a very powerful manifester at this time, which I always say to you because of Neptune and Pisces. Again, manifestation on steroids. You can literally create whatever you want in your life, but you have to kind of like take control of it, is what I believe. I always pull the card that he's pointing to, by the way, and he's pointing to this card right here. Here you go. You have this bull card that says, do not back down from opposition. Literally, I said that right earlier. I was like literally saying, do not quit, keep going, and don't turn away from the Seven of Cups. I feel like you need to face something head on. I basically said that. It says, show strength and fortitude. How funny is this, though? Definitely could be a Taurus. For those of you that want love, could be someone who's coming in for you. I feel like if you're attracting someone who won't quit on you. I feel like maybe you've experienced that in the past, like people just giving up, quitting on you and things like that. So maybe it's made you a little bit, nervous to get into situations. But I also feel it's talking about you. King of Wands energy. I'm telling you right now, that is the name of the game for you for like the next 10 years at least, is I would be embracing that King of Wands energy. With the Tower card, you have the Star. Kidding. Definitely healing from a Tower moment. You have the Star twice, and definitely a lot of attention. Again, I feel you need to be awe-inspiring. I feel like you need to inspire other people in some way, and you will be when you do these things because, I don't know, because it's written in the stars, Pisces. That's why, because it's meant to happen. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the King of Swords here. What did I say about turning cold, right? I literally said she's like decided, well, if I'm going to be cold, then I'm going to be cold. I'm going to allow it to make me stronger. I'm going to allow it to make me better. I'm going to allow it to turn me into something much more. It's like, reminds me of one of my favorite people of all time, David Goggins. He talks about taking souls. He talks about how, like, if someone is going to put him through something hard, or if he's going through a hard situation, he's not going to let it defeat him, because it's like eventually what happens if like a person's trying to get you down, for example, but you don't let them get you down, eventually they start to get nervous because they can't shake you up, right? And I kind of have a situation like that popping into my head here with this King of Swords and Five of Pentacles. It doesn't even have to be in love, right? Could be like a boss, could be people in your life who just can't believe that you just don't give up on things. I don't know, pretty good trait as far as I'm concerned, Pisces. So I actually really like where this is going. I would keep healing, and again, I feel, the tower's already happened, is what I would say, and I don't think this is another tower moment. I think this is something that you've already experienced, and I feel like the reading is saying, like, are you going to stay attached to the tower, or are you going to star, right? It's like, you have a choice of, kind of like improving your life significantly here over the next several years. And again, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen right now. People always say like, oh, I don't want to wait another several years. I'm always like, well, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen right now. It just means, but things don't happen overnight. It's like you have to build up to this stuff. So the improvements are going to happen as you start working. And that's exactly what I would do here. I'd like get moving, Pisces. Why not? We're going to do a personalish reading as well. So I forgot to say that at the beginning of the reading, but I'm going to pull 3 cards. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your question. But 1, 2, 3, right here. Again, pause it if you haven't thought of your question yet, because I'm going to read the cards right now. You have the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Yikes. Definitely walking away from something that no longer serves you. I feel like some of you are, whatever you're asking about, you're walking away from it with the Eight of Cups, probably walking towards your true fulfillment or towards something that is much more fulfilling for you. Again, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, he needs to realize that there's something much better behind him. He's lost his taste for wine. And it's funny because I think in one of your more recent readings that I said to you, one of my favorite movies of all time, the best movie of all time, The Matrix, it's like there's a scene where Neo, if you haven't seen the movie, watch it, please. It's like, it'll change your life. But number two, there's a scene where Neo is getting in the car and he's about to, the hero of the movie, he's about to get in this car to start his adventure, right? In his part of the hero's journey. But he almost gets out of the car, and one of the people in the car says, you know, basically, you've been down that road before. And I definitely feel that for you, Pisces, where it's like, you've been down this road before. Do you want to repeat something, or do you want to kind of know that there's something better? Again, the two cups, it's not just the two cups you get the bridge and the castle as well. So there's something much better coming in for you, Pisces, just in general in your life. I think your whole life. It's not just one thing or the other. It's pretty much everything. So, damn, Pisces, I love this. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.